Building in Dune Awakening is easy. Building something beautiful, however, is a different question entirely. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 building tips to make your base on Arrakis much nicer, with an honourable mention at the end that will help you get some great ideas for future builds. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Building outside the box. Anyone can tell you that the worst option for a base is just to build a big, ugly box. However, that doesn't mean boxes are inherently bad. Rather than building one big box, attach various size boxes together to create a far more attractive design. This is a really easy design principle and one that is really hard to get wrong, to be honest. If you look at my main base here, it's basically just a series of boxes put together. Add roofs, level changes, shape changes onto that and you're cooking. This lends itself quite well to Dune's intrinsic build style, and it's a really good way to introduce variety into a build without having to do anything too fancy. Don't just build one giant box, build a series of boxes and put them together. Tip 2 is a simple one, and that is to swap tiles. Each build set has multiple wall variants, but you don't have to choose just one. In fact, I think it works much better to vary the walls to create a different dynamic on each layer. Take this for example. With the curved walls all the way up, this looks a bit odd. Throw some windows in there, straight walls, a bulge section on the third tile and a framework beneath the roof, and it improves significantly. I've done this all over my main base with various different wall textures for different segments of the build, and it adds a lot more visual variety without any real structure changes. You can also swap building sets entirely. This works quite well with Chom, Shelter and Facility, though maybe won't work as well with Harkonnen and Atreides. This is probably second nature to some, but you want to make sure to swap up the wall textures as you build to introduce a nice natural variety. Tip 3 is one of my favourites, and it's a way to build custom windows. It's simple but great, and works best with the Atreides set, though you can use it with others too. There are 2 main ways to do it. Method 1, start off with a half wall, then place an open passageway above it, creating a large, open-air elevated window. For method 2, start with walls on either side, then place a railing or a railing gate in the gap. Place a passageway above to finish it off. If you're using the Atreides Stronghold set and want to build this a little higher, you can also include vertical window pieces above it to naturally extend this custom window upwards. This is a great way to create large handmade windows and also allows you and others to enter and exit your base easily. You can also do the same method with the 2x1 passageways, obviously just over 2 tiles instead of 1. I wouldn't recommend this in PvP of course, but for PvE this is a great little trick you can do, and you can also offer your nearby neighbours or passers-by shelter from sandstorms. Tip 4 is a pretty simple one. The sun rises from east to west, so if you want to get natural light in your base, make sure you take that into account. Natural light is one of the best things you can have in any build, and you can easily manipulate it if you plan ahead. Eastern windows will allow the sun in at dawn, western at dusk, and overhead skylights will allow it in around midday. If you're careful with how you structure all these gaps, you can create some really nice light and shadows that adds a whole new dynamic to your build. Again, super simple tip, but getting natural light into your build is such an easy way to introduce a really attractive dynamic, especially if you're low on light anyway. The final tip is one for my detail-orientated builders, and that is using roof covers and wall triangles. These aren't just for building roof gables, you can instead hang them from overhangs or use them to decorate your roofs to introduce a whole ton of shape without actually doing that much work. There are many ways to do this, but my favourite implementation of this is on my main base right over here. These sides were hideously blocky before I put these on, but by adding the roof covers beneath the overhang it gives it a lot more shape and flow without really doing all that much to change it. I also have wall triangles underneath my large Atreides gate to better merge it into the platform above too, which I think looks really nice. All in all, wall triangles and roof covers can be used to smooth out and merge unsightly elements of the build together, or just add a lot of shape for very little cost and effort. Last thing, I just wanted to share an honourable mention for something I saw on the Dune Awakening Reddit. Getting inspiration for builds in Dune has been, in my experience, kinda difficult. That's probably because I'm still not fully used to the building style yet, but a great tip I saw was to search up neo-brutalist architecture. The original brutalism and modernist architecture can work too, but I think neo-brutalist is where it's at when you're looking for ideas. That's it really, I just wanted to share this. I found it really helpful, and if you didn't want to freestyle a build and wanted to actually replicate something from real life, I think this is a great option. Anyway, that will wrap us up for today. 5 aesthetic building tips you can use in Dune Awakening. Thanks for watching. If you'd like some more of these in the future, let me know. I can probably find some more tips to talk about, alongside some specific building techniques you can use to create different shapes and structures. A massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. If you want to support the channel here on YouTube and get some exclusive perks, take a look at the new channel memberships available by clicking join just below this video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.